Hey everyone, happy 2020. It is Beth in Baton Rouge with Body Archaeology Method. This is the first mindset moment. It is going to be a little bit longer because I have a lot to say and I'm going to try to be quick about it. At the end of 2019, I took a social media break from Instagram and from Facebook. I'm not on any other platforms, but I did this so that I could have time and space to quit distracting myself with everything else and start to listen to the voices within. So, two key things. I was able to reflect upon the year and all the events of the year and really celebrate and appreciate the successes and the little wins that happened. I was also able to reflect upon the disappointments and the failures and start to consider, what do I want to do about those things? The second thing was to start to hear that internal voice so that I could get back in touch with my values, see if there were any new values that were arising for me so that now when I move forward into thinking about 2020 and what I want to create in 2020, I can do that in alignment with this internal voice and I can stay in integrity with it. So I encourage you to do the same. Maybe you've already set a resolution for this year, or maybe you're just thinking about it, or maybe you're just like, screw that, I'm not doing that at all. And that's fine too. But if you are thinking about setting a goal or a resolution for yourself, first set aside some time for reflection and have full appreciation for what's brought you to this point. And then listen for that internal voice and what are your values, what really matters to you. And this is important because this is your why. And I want to bring this out because I hear people set the same resolutions over and over again, or maybe they're repeating, they've succeeded, but they've quickly fallen back. Weight loss is a good one. But why do you want to lose the 5 to 10 pounds? What do you think that's going to bring to your life? And when you get to the why, you might discover that it's not the 5 to 10 pounds that needs to be lost. There's something else that is going to bring you whatever it is that you're looking for. So, when you're thinking about your why, you want it to hit you right here. You want it to hit you in the soul and hit you in the heart. And when it hits you there, then that's when you're going to tap into the energy and the power that you need for you to be able to complete it. So the other thing that you might want to think about too is what kind of life do you want to create for yourself? And my mantra lately is that I want to create a life that I can be proud of. And so aligning with my values, what sort of life do I want to create that I can be proud of? And then I'm going to start to set my goals from there. So reflection, aligning with or listening to your inner voice, reflecting upon what your values are, and then set about setting your goals. Okay, so one of the things that I also reflected upon was in not only in my personal life, so I'll keep that personal, that's my life, but in my professional life, what do I want to offer my clients? And for a long time, this has been a question for me, and I've been just trying to really hammer it down and simplify it. And it really comes down to this. I am extremely and intensely interested in you getting what you want out of life. And I don't mean just health and fitness and wellness. I mean anything that you want out of life. I'm intensely interested in assisting you, offering you tips, being your cheerleader, supporting you in any way I can for you to succeed in your life. I want you to win. And the second thing I've struggled with is what is my method? There's so many coaches out there, and there's so many different teachers and trainers, and everybody kind of subscribes to a method. And I think I've finally tapped into what my method and what the pillars of my type of coaching are. So there's 3 pillars, and those 3 pillars rest upon a couple of legs. So the first pillar would be health and wellness. And so it is about the health of your body and your mind and your spirit. And on that, the legs that that rests upon are movement, nutrition, and breath. And those are the three things that I wholeheartedly believe that need to be integrated into life. I think if you look at any successful person, you're going to see that they're integrating some sort of that in there. The breath can be awareness, it could be meditation, it could be breathing. Nutrition is what you put in your mouth and what you put in your mind. And then movement can be any movement. It does not have to be in a gym. I prefer to be outside. I prefer to play. But yet I like to do a hard strength training workout. I hate to be on a treadmill. I love to dance. I love to roll down hills. I love to swing on swings. These are all forms of movement that help you tap into your sense of being alive. And what are we here for if we're not here to feel alive? So that's the first pillar, this foundation to getting what you want out of life. The second would be nature. And I, again, wholeheartedly believe that a connection to nature helps us in our emotional and our mental wellness, or emotional and our mental wellness. And there's lots of studies that prove that, but for me the proof is in the pudding. This is an innate thing. From the time that I was itty bitty, I would get up, I would throw Cheerios and milk down my throat. I would leave the house, you wouldn't see me until lunch. I'd come back, gobble up lunch. You wouldn't leave me until I'd go outside. You didn't see me until I was home for dinner. I would come home, I would eat dinner, and then I would leave. You didn't see me until my mom forced me to come inside. And if I could still choose to live in a manner today, I would still live like that. I'm just so in love and enamored by nature, and I'd love to share that with you. And there's so many benefits to that. And then the third thing would be social connection. So we have this social platform of YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all of these different things. And they're a wonderful addition to staying connected to people, but there's no connection like there is to be next to one another, to accomplish a goal with one another, to compete against one another, to cheer each other on, to lift each other up when they're down. Getting a whole bunch of likes on your page feels really good, but a hug, that feels so much better. So social connection is another pillar that I believe is the foundation for you to be able to catapult yourself into whatever it is that you want to get out of life. And I mean that in your career or in your relationships, your parenting, or anything else that you want to do. And I am here to share that with you, to work alongside you, and in the next year, hopefully offering some services that are very honed in. So look for excursions, look for some coaching opportunities, both private and in group, and then also using this platform of being able to connect with each other virtually, but then at the same time, hopefully getting some points of contact in real time with one another. So think about all those things. I hope that you guys have a great kickoff to 2020, and I'm looking forward to actually seeing, talking, and being with you more. Have a great day.